Yo, have y'all been seeing like all this shit that's going on with Marvel lately? Like, there has been an influx of Marvel news. Like, I mean, that's always Marvel news, but August in particular has been like loaded with like a lot of dope Marvel news that I've seen. And, I'm a huge Marvel head. For those of you who don't know, my Blurredcast also doubles as a Marvel Stand podcast because I really fuck with the whole Marvel Entertainment Studio comics, paraphernalia, video game, like everything Marvel. I fuck with. So let me play my intro music, and then we're gonna get into like some of the like cool headlines I've been seeing coming out of Marvel just this past month. Yeah, so shit, Marvel been lit August, bro. Like they've been on it. I guess now that the Biden administration has pretty much made it clear, like it's either vaccines or face mask or whatever you want to do with yourself. They're not shutting the country down. We're not getting no more stimmies. This is as of now, time of recording. So I'm assuming based on that information, Marvel is like, fuck it, we back in action. Let's go full force with everything. The people can decide how they want to deal with COVID and the pandemic. We just gonna put our content out here and make our money. I don't have no issue with that. Just over the past like month though, I've been seeing like a whole lot of like dope headlines come out. Like I said earlier, big Marvel head I am. Like I fuck with DC as well, but it's like Marvel is like the one for me. If I have to choose, it's gonna be Marvel all day. I don't care about the differences and all this other shit with the comic books and stuff. Like I'm a Marvel head. I'm not gonna pick DC over Marvel in any arena. So it just is what it is. But I fuck with DC. First like major thing that caught my attention this month with Marvel though was the What If series. I did a review of the first episode, which is where Peggy Carter becomes Captain Carter instead of Steve Rogers becoming Captain America. They switched to everything like that. You know what the What If series is about. If you listening to this podcast, then you know what the fuck What If is about. This series is currently on its second episode at time of recording. That one features T'Challa and the Black Panther. I have not done my review for it yet, so I won't get into the storyline. Just catch it when I drop my review. But one dope thing that I do want to mention about it is this is like one of the last times we get to hear Chadwick Boseman voicing T'Challa. As you know, rest in peace, Chadwick passed, and all of his acting material that he recorded and starred in prior to his passing away has pretty much came out, been released to public. I think if this is not the last time we'll hear like original dialogue and acting from Chadwick, we probably may have like one or two more pieces of content, probably most likely coming from Marvel because that's how far ahead in the future they are. As you can see, this What If series is premiering in 2021, and at time of recording, the 1 year anniversary for Chadwick's passing is actually like a few days from now on August 28th. So all this Black Panther stuff is actually quite fitting. Pretty sure Marvel did that, semi on purpose at least. But if you're looking for some new Chadwick Boseman dialogue, or if you just missed the man, or the him passing away, and leaving behind the Black Panther legacy and everything else that he's done in the acting space, he's an incredible actor. If you just want to hear him one more time in a new light or whatever, check out episode 2 of What If, because he is voicing T'Challa. Once again, outside of that, well, we'll just stay with Black Panther right now because the Black Panther DLC for the Marvel Avengers game also came out on the same day actually of the What If episode for T'Challa and the Black Panther on Disney Plus. Yeah, the game Marvel's Avenger. I play it on PlayStation 4. It's on the 5. And I know it's on PlayStation 5, and I think it's on Xbox, maybe PC. That's neither here nor there though. Dope game. They released an expansion DLC called War for Wakanda, which pretty much brings the world of Wakanda into the game. With Black Panther / T'Challa as a playable character. We get to see Okoye in there. Actually, you know what? I ain't even really gonna get into it. You know, all of the at this point, typical Wakandans. You'll pretty much get to see Dora Milaje. Shuri is there. But then there's also some other dope surprises that they included, you know, characters and things like that from other parts of the Marvel Universe incorporated into this expansion. I played the opening mission on my YouTube. I live streamed it. So if you are looking to see what any of this expansion is like, or shit, you might be playing it. Shit, I'm talking to a bunch of blurs right now. You might have played this already. You know what I'm talking about. But if you want to see my gameplay as far as the first mission goes, it's on my YouTube channel. I streamed the rest of it. That's how like into this particular expansion that I was. Like the War for Wakanda expansion is so dope. Really glad they got around to finally putting it in there. It was scheduled for last year, but obviously COVID shut everything down, pushed everything back. So now we're getting it this year, almost a year later. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's pretty much almost been 1 year since we was supposed to get it. And I know people were very taken aback by Chadwick's sudden passing. And since he did not voice T'Challa in the game, I know they wanted to be respectful and kind of push this DLC back just to give, you know, fans and family and stuff real time to grieve without them continuing to stick him in our face, profiting off of him and, you know, the love we have for the character and Chadwick as an actor. So they pushed it back, and then COVID was like, nah, fuck that. Push it all the way back because ain't nothing coming out. Now it's a year later. We got it. Like I said, I did the first mission or the opening mission on my YouTube channel. I live streamed that, played it, had a fucking phenomenal time to the point where I was like, I'm going to cut off my live stream on YouTube and go over to Twitch. I ran the rest of the missions over there. I'm pretty sure I got like 1 or 2 left to play. Haven't decided if I'm going to live stream them anywhere yet, but I'm definitely going to be playing that within like the next 24 hours. So, you know, keep your eyes and ears opened and tuned in and peeled in to my YouTube channel, Brian Saff. That's all you got to do to search it. Also, I'm on Twitch, Demigod, DEMIGOD_Saff, SAPPH. If you want to catch me playing any of the other missions, I believe my video from me playing all of the missions in between the first and last is still up there if y'all want to check that out. But this War for Wakanda expansion DLC also brought some interesting news about the Marvel's Avengers game. Apparently there was like a glitch in the expansion where if you met certain conditions, I think somebody was playing that store and they spoke to somebody after doing something, and a conversation ended up happening that was meant for Scarlet Witch. So of course Marvel fans like myself, we took that as the sign like, oh yeah, they planning on putting Scarlet Witch in the game, which is dope because she's a really dope character, and nobody on the current Marvel's Avenger like playable character roster has the skill set that I think Scarlet Witch would bring to the game. So we would essentially be getting a newer skill set character, kind of like T'Challa, because as I was playing it, I realized, like, you know, this Black Panther character doesn't move like the rest of the Avenger characters do, or some of them anyway. He's a brawler, so most of his attacks are like close range. But the other close range brawlers, they don't get down like the King does, which I thought was dope, obviously, because I fuck with the game and black people and Black Panther. But Yeah, lots of dope stuff just happening around the Marvel game by way of the World of Wakanda expansion. Speaking of Marvel games, though, Marvel Strike Force, which is a mobile game, think Pokemon like on the Game Boys, but like with Marvel characters. Like you unlock certain characters or whatever in this turn-based strategy type of game. I fuck with it. I play it like every day. There's daily challenges and goals you have to complete in order to like be up to par with advancing the game. Because if you're not like leveling up your heroes and villains and shit like that, like this game will get incredibly hard. I'm not somebody that likes to spend real money on games, so I rather go on this shit every day, grind out the daily objectives and the missions I've already beat, and just get the materials and resources I need to increase the power of my teams. So that's what I do. I'm speaking on it now though because they released like 4 new characters just like at the same time. Really, they came out on the same day. Deathpool, which is the daughter of Deadpool, and Death, the reincarnation of Death, or the incarnation of Death in the eyes of Marvel. They also included like 2 lesser known characters that you may know actually. Cloak and Dagger. They have a series on Hulu, obviously produced by Marvel. Marvel's everywhere. They got shit on Disney Plus. They got shit on Netflix, Hulu, ABC. Like you can find them motherfuckers anywhere. But you may know them from their series on Hulu. They've been characters in the Marvel Universe forever, though. They're now in this game, as well as Shang-Chi, which is dope because the Shang-Chi movie premiere in LA took place, which I'm excited for. Now that the trailer is also dropped, and we get to see who the villains are, get to kind of understand what the storyline is like. I also noticed that Jhené Aiko partnered with Marvel to do like a dope song for the soundtrack in the movie, which is dope to me because I love Jhené Aiko. I feel like she's an amazing talent, songwriter, like crazy, crazy good. I love her voice. She's a great singer to me. Yeah, and the song is dope. So I don't know. I like when Marvel comes down to hip hop area, hip hop land, and they pull our artists to be creative on the music and visual direction of their projects. It's not the first time. If you can remember, what was it, 2018, a few years ago, when Black Panther the movie came out, that was accompanied by a Kendrick Lamar album, Black Panther, which was a direct like retelling from his musical standpoint of the Black Panther movie. It wasn't a soundtrack, it was like just a musical album pairing, because the soundtrack was actually the music from the movie. This was not. This was something different that Kendrick did based on the feelings and the emotion and the energy that he got after he watched the movie. Dope. Still a fire album. Still slaps to this day. I played it on repeat while I was doing my War for Wakanda expansion on Twitch. Like, check that out. It's fire. But outside of Black Panther and Shang-Chi and What If and all that stuff, we also got the trailer for the Eternals. Like, the Eternals is coming. I was not like super interested. I mean, it's Marvel, so I'm gonna give it a shake. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check it out. But I wasn't like super interested in the Eternals until I watched the final trailer. The first trailer was good, which is why I said, I'm gonna check it out because it's Marvel. They don't disappoint. This final trailer though, I'm like, oh yes, gotta check this out. Gotta check this out. Because they even go into a small question on the trailer where they ask these niggas, like, if y'all so all powerful, where the fuck was y'all when Thanos was snapping bitches out of existence and all that? I want to understand that part of the story as well, and how Thanos ties into the Eternals. So looking forward to that. That was a cool headline that I seen just this past week or two. More movie news for upcoming MCU titles. News hit the media that Anthony Mackie closed his deal with Marvel to star in Captain America 4. Now, if you watched any of my Falcon and the Winter Soldier YouTube videos under the same, kind of banner, the Talk and Play banner, I told y'all about this. Like, there was talks that Captain America 4 was going to star Anthony Mackie as Captain America because, as you know, at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they announced this is the new Captain America because of the events of Endgame. Steve Rogers is no longer doing this shit no more, right? So, news just hit. He signed the deal. Captain America 4 is a go. Don't have an official release date yet, but I'm going to speculate 2022, 2023, somewhere up in that area. But definitely excited about that. Anthony Mackie did an amazing job in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm ready to see the vibranium wings and his Captain America suit flying around again, like in a brand new storyline, new site, all that shit. So I was excited for that. Over in comic book world, it was announced that Kate Bishop is getting her own comic book series. I've been considering maybe reading it because the reports at this time say that this comic book series is going to tie into the Disney Plus Hawkeye series that is scheduled to air pretty soon, which means that this comic book will have some more information on how Phase 4 of the MCU is going to play out. Because if it's going to tie into Hawkeye, which Marvel's little Archer father-daughter duo, like in some instances they label Kate as his daughter and some she's just his protege. Like, it's a little weirdness right there with that timeline or universe detail, but either way, they are like Batman and Robin, pretty much, for all intents and purposes of trying to understand what I'm saying. They like Batman and Robin. They're actually in the Avengers game already. Like, Kate Bishop and her storyline was added as an expansion to the game, and the part 2 to her storyline was actually Hawkeye's storyline and him being added to the game as a playable character. Dope. I really, really like what they're doing with the Marvel Avengers game. Like, these storylines that they're creating, pushing the actual game forward. Like, they're introducing all of these new dope ideas and concepts just by virtue of these mission chains where you get to experience a storyline based on the character that you're playing. Dope shit. I'm a fan of the game. One of my favorites. I'm going to keep playing. Outside of all of that, though, Spider-Man No Way Home trailer ended up leaking on social media. I have not watched it. I'm not going to watch it until Marvel officially releases it or whatever. But it's out there. Hopefully by the time you hear this, the official trailer will just go ahead and be out. But Tom Holland is making fun of the leak in his own little quirky way or whatever. So I don't think Marvel's too pissed about this leak, and I'm pretty sure they just gonna drop the actual trailer sometime soon. Because if I'm not mistaken, according to timeline purposes for Marvel, like their release schedule and everything, Spider-Man No Way Home is supposed to be in theaters by Christmas time this year of 2021. So we'll see what happens. Outside of that, a brother by the name of Yasir Lester, who is a comedian, writer, and actor, has been announced as the head writer for upcoming Disney Plus series Armor Wars, which will star Don Cheadle as War Machine. For those of you who don't know, War Machine is pretty much Iron Man's, I hate using the word, but he's like a sidekick. I hate using that word sidekick because I feel like it diminishes that character's role in the whole MCU as a whole. But yeah, he derives from the Iron Man storyline. Basically, he is a more artillery version of Iron Man. So what I mean by that, Iron Man, he does lasers. That's his thing, lasers and rockets or whatever. War Machine, on the other hand,
bullets, some lasers and rockets, but mostly bullets and rockets. There's even an iteration of him that has like this huge hammer, not like Thor's, but like kind of bigger. I wonder if they're gonna bring that to the Disney Plus series. I would like that. I would like to see War Machine's hammer in the Disney Plus original series. Maybe that'll happen. But shout out to Yasir Lester. When I read about the story, a lot of people or a lot of outlets were reporting that, Don Cheadle helped him get this role because they've worked together on other shows, currently Black Monday, which I'm going to actually start getting into. I've been wanting to watch it, just never really sat down and watched it, but definitely going to check out Black Monday. But outside of that, it's dope because that means we're one step closer to having the War Machine series titled Armor Wars on Disney Plus pretty soon. Excited about that. And then to end this Marvel Talk Volume 1 installment on the Blerdcast, some not so sexy news, right? So if you've been paying attention to the entertainment world or whatever, Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney over the release of her Black Widow movie. Now, just quick backstory, because I know this story was like out before I even started this Blerdcast. Long story short, as you know, Black Widow has been finished. The movie has been done for like years now, but pandemic and all the other shit got in the way. So when Scarlett signed her contract with Marvel prior to Disney Plus being even a streaming platform, it was in the contract that her proceeds from her Black Widow movie were going to be mostly dependent on the box office success of the movie. So basically, when they put the movie out, she was supposed to get paid based on how well the movie did in theaters. And it was supposed to release exclusively to theaters, not on Disney Plus. Fast forward to pandemic times, things are being done differently because, it was not safe at all at one point to be in close proximity to other people, i.e. movie theaters. So they decide, well, let's just put Black Widow out on Disney Plus because we already have these great series happening over there. They're receiving amazing response. WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier all did great on the Disney Plus platform. So it was like, fuck it, let's put Black Widow on there as well. See how it goes with the movie thing. Test out this premiere access shit where you can watch movies that are currently in theaters, at the same time that they're in theaters or whatever. Dope idea, but breach of contract. Like I said, before Disney Plus was even a thing, Scarlett Johansson had already signed this contract with Marvel, basing her salary off of the success of the box office. Obviously, because Black Widow is also streamable on Disney Plus, that will affect people going out to the box office or to the movie theaters to see Black Widow. So it's like, why would I go sit in a movie theater, expose myself to, COVID when I could just stream it at the house? Like I said, dope idea, but breach of contract is what Scarlett cited when she decided to file a lawsuit against Disney specifically. Marvel is not included. Obviously, because now that Disney is the parent company of Marvel, they ultimately call the shots on this kind of stuff. When Marvel and Scarlett entered into contract with each other, it was expressly clear how things are going to work. They were good on that. When Disney came along and kind of, inserted its power, I guess, things changed. That breached Scarlett's contract, so she's suing them. At time of recording, though, the last update that we have on the lawsuit is Disney announcing that they was going to push for private arbitration with Scarlett Johansson behind the lawsuit, basically meaning, she has a valid case. So instead of going to court, we're going to try to talk to her behind the scenes, away from the press, away from the public eye, and see if we could come to some sort of deal. Because they already told her, look, we're going to give you 100% of the proceeds from
the Disney Plus streams, but I don't know what those numbers would look like in terms of streams, because streams work a whole lot different than buying a ticket. One ticket could be, you know what I'm saying, $15 at the movie, and it might take 3,000 or, you know what I'm saying, a crazy amount of streams just to equal that one ticket. So I'm assuming that that's why she's still pushing for this lawsuit. She wants to go to court, but Disney is looking to settle outside of court via private arbitration. Maybe I'll keep y'all updated on that. I'm on Scarlett Johansson's side with this, because, I mean, she signed the goddamn contract. Any contracts prior to any other arrangements made should always be honored. That's why contracts are in place. So Disney, if y'all know y'all messing up, you know what I'm saying, just do right by Scarlett. Like, I know Black Widow is not the most popular character in the MCU, but a lot of Marvel fans really do love this character. So if you play us with this, we will, you know what I'm saying, we're going to see about that. But outside of that, I hope everything goes well. Justice for Scarlett Johansson. Elizabeth Olsen, who is our Scarlet Witch at the moment. You know, she was the lady that portrayed Scarlet Witch in WandaVision and the prior MCU movies before WandaVision. That was our Scarlet Witch. She's came out in support of Scarlett Johansson, as well as a few others. So she definitely has the support and the legal team that she needs to get justice, and, you know, looking for that. So I don't know, I'll maybe update y'all more as the story progresses or whatever, but I feel like ultimately they're going to do right by Scarlett, and this is just all going to be water under the bridge. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out the Blerd Cast. I don't really have any more Marvel news that came across my timeline, my Apple News app, or anything like that. So with that, I just want to say I appreciate all the support from all of you guys, everybody that's been listening. I'm happy, excited, very satisfied with how well my Blerd Cast is being received. Like, the numbers looking good. So I appreciate y'all. Make sure you keep an eye on my YouTube. I'm probably going to do a War for Wakanda like quick review at some point, because I'm going to be playing that DLC and that game for, you know, at least the next couple months, just because there's so much you can do, and they announcing all kind of events and shit. So just keep a lookout for that. If the What If episode 2 review is not up already, it will be soon. And, you know, more shit to come. I'm going to talk about whatever I feel like talking about. Just make sure you tune in, and also make sure you know that I appreciate you for being here.